I want to thank President Bob Easter. He's doing a great job at the University of Illinois, all three campuses. About a year ago, Bob and I went to China, and you know, we understand that the University of Illinois is known throughout the world. Matter of fact, I think our U of I has more alumni in China than any other American university, and it's important that we understand that all three campuses of the University of Illinois, whether it be in Springfield or Urbana-Champaign or right here in Chicago, they're world-renowned, and it's important that we build on that great reputation and those great scholars and researchers, and most of all students who are at our flagship universities in our state. And that's why we have to invest in human beings, in their ability to create and innovate and find new things that help all of us. And this building that we're going to be talking about today is very, very special. And when I was going to high school, not too far from here at Fenwick High School in Oak Park, I took biology when I was a sophomore, I took physics when I was a junior, and I took chemistry when I was a senior. And that's what this all brings together, all three of those very important disciplines. And it's called the Advanced Chemical Technology Building. And I did better in chemistry than those other two. So it is important, as Bob has said, and Chancellor Amir said as well, how important it is to have this interdisciplinary approach, because that's really what 21st century education, research, technology, and business is all about, working together as a team. And we have here in this area of our state of Illinois something called the Illinois Medical District that was set up back in 1941 by law, and it's designed to try and encourage that kind of collaboration. It involves our 4 great hospitals that are in this area, as well as the University of Illinois at Chicago. It is something very, very special that I think we can use in our medical district to create new products, new businesses, new jobs for everyday people. And I do want to thank Jennifer Woodard, who's here today, who's chairperson of our Illinois Medical District. She also serves here at the university, and I think it's important that we have that collaboration. That's really, really important, and that's how we got this funding. The legislature working together came together a couple years ago, right after I became governor, and we were able to pass for the first time in more than a decade a building program in Illinois, a capital program. We call it Illinois Jobs Now. We've got to build and make things in our state. And even in tough economic times that we're finding ourselves in, we never, ever pull back from investing in important things that will make our present and our future better. And that's what this building is all about. The building, when all is said and done, is going to be about the people in the building, the scholarship, the research, the teamwork, that it comes together because we put together a special place that people can have that kind of cooperation and innovation. And I do want to thank Lon Kaufman, who's the provost here at UIC. He planned the building 20 years ago, and the first 20 years are the toughest. So it only took 20 years, but we're glad we did come together. And I do want to also thank Lawrence Oliver, who's with us today. He's a member of the university board. As Bob said, I'm an ex officio member. And we understand how important it is to have a board of trustees of the university. It covers all 3 campuses, that has foresight, who understands that, you know, when the state puts in $64 million, I think it is, to help build this building, the university is putting in a good share as well, I think about $40 million. That's over $100 million of investment. That's a lot of money. But it's an important investment that will pay dividends long after we're gone. It'll pay dividends in the 21st century. And I think it's so important that we come together on this beautiful day to understand that part of our mission is to be custodians of the future, to find cures for diseases that may happen in this building, to use these disciplines like biotechnology and nanotechnology. I don't know all the details. All I know is that they are going to make a difference in many, many different ways. Just like I was reading the obituary of Neil Armstrong, and he talked about all the science that came about through his going to the moon and all the great programs of space. We have to have that same kind of forward vision, because there is a passage in Scripture that says, where there is no vision, the people perish. We're not going to perish. We're going to come together in the best traditions of Abraham Lincoln's democracy and build and make things for the future and for our children. We're custodians of the children, and we understand that we have skilled men and women who know the trades, who are going to build this building. It's going to be a building that is an energy efficient building that uses renewable energy and water conservation. It's a sustainable building. It's very important we do that. Every single building under Illinois Jobs Now that we do has to have that kind of energy efficiency and water conservation and renewable energy. We want to make sure we do this right for the 21st century.
This is a very important day for the great city of Chicago, as well as the University of Illinois at Chicago and the state of Illinois. The Advanced Chemical Technology Building, better known as ACTB, will be the most significant addition to this campus in almost a decade. The Board of Trustees acted upon the design of the building, the proposal to create the ACTB, November the 11th in 2004. Can you imagine? 2004. The building will be physically connected to the Science and Engineering South building. The new ACT will be a state-of-the-art facility housing faculty from the chemistry, biology, and the physics departments. The facility will contain laboratory space for synergistic groups of researchers to convene and create wonderful ideas for our future. Its presence hopefully will be a beacon for the best class of faculty and students and a venue for creating cutting-edge research, adding enormous intellectual capital to the portfolio of this campus as well as to the state and the nation.
You know, I am so delighted that we have a governor who has vision and who is visionary enough to know that there is nothing more important to our state, nothing more important to our people than education. And when you look at science, technology, and engineering, they really represent the future development of our country and the future development of the world. So, Mr. Governor, I commend you for your leadership, for your fortitude, and for your strength of doing that which is right. I'm also delighted to be here with the President Easter, and I know that you have a great deal of interest in all of the campuses. Make sure that Springfield is in good shape. Do everything that you can possibly do for Champaign-Urbana. But the real deal is to look after the University of Illinois at Chicago. We have been most delighted with the chancellor of this great institution and the tremendous leadership, the work ethic, and the creativity that she provides. And so, Chancellor Mears, thank you so much for your service. Finally, and all of us join together. Former Chairman Gerald Shea, I can't help but remember all of the stories that I used to hear about you from my good friend Otis Grant Collins, who was a member of the legislature and a great fan of yours. But I think the last thing, to see the number of young people who are here and the number of young people who are engaged and involved, so to see the student trustee, people who are getting a good look at leadership and learning early on that you don't have to have gray hair, you don't have to have a beard, you don't have to be ancient or approaching it to provide leadership. And so I commend all of us, I commend all of you, I thank those who serve on the board of the university as trustees, who give of their time, energy, and effort freely. And my last words, I remember something whenever I talk about education that President Abraham Lincoln was supposed to have said. And I think we understand it well here in the state of Illinois. Abraham Lincoln was supposed to have said that education makes a man easy to lead, but difficult to drive. Easy to govern, but impossible to enslave. I thank you, Mr. Governor, for being the jobs governor and the education governor all at the same time. Thank you so very much.